Hello and welcome back. So we're close to finishing our first floor. So I think first off, I think we need to get that done. How do I get down from here? There we go. Beautiful. So first things first, I would say the cyan wall. Let's get that all done. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to... So we want the cyan in here. We want it all the way through here until we meet the doors. And then stepping into the garage, then it will be our orange clay. So let me just go through and sort this out. Oh, give me a moment. It's going to take me a little while to get back used to these buttons by the looks of things. Stop it. Right, so we want to go into our wall. We want the cyan wall firstly, and then we want ourselves some clay. Where's the coloured clay? Do 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 do. Touche, touche. So we got concrete. We could use the concrete. Alright, this just called terracotta. Beautiful. We're just going to use the orange terracotta for the garage floor. So stepping in from there, it'll be orange. And out here will be our cyan wall. Now, I don't want to bore you to death by doing it all in front of you. I'm wondering whether I could pause. So we literally want cyan all the way through the hallways. Then we still want the cyan coming into the rumpus room as well. Now guys, I'm hoping you can hear me fine. I'm sorry if I'm a bit too loud. I've got my headset on connected to the phone. So cyan in here, cyan all the way through to the kitchen, and then orange clay leading through to there. Now I have bedrock at the bottom here. What I'll probably do is, because on my Switch version I can build the basement, because obviously I'm building on the Switch first. So if everyone would prefer the basement, I'll probably just build a cube around here at the same size as the basement, and I'll treat it as if we're going down to the stairs, and I can sort of kit it out in that sense, if that's what you want. Personally, I don't really care too much for the basement, as long as it's wood going down the stairs and it looks like it's a basement, or it would have been a basement, then I'm quite happy. So guys, I'm going to pause this a quick second so I can get my floors done. Then we can concentrate on getting these rooms finished, get our second floor layering on top, and then we can go from there. So bear with me guys. And we are back. Oh, how did that end up over there? So I'm wondering whether to move this door frame over is kind of really agitating me. Let's have a look. Let's go down and get our terracotta. Oh, wrong one. Yeah, there you are. So we don't need you for a little while. So I'm going to build... Oh, I'm just going to build up the inside post there. Knock that one away. Put that one there. And knock this one away. So we end up with a thickness of 2 on the inside. I can't believe I've just put them away. Damn it. In it goes. So that's our floors at least sorted for now, I think. Yep. Oh, this part. How do I go down? I can never remember. Clicking the right analog stick. So under this one, I'm gonna... Alright, wrong analog stick. I'm gonna shave this away. We want the thickness of the 2 there, because we really want it to look like it should, really. And then obviously 1, 2, 3, 4. The door is gonna go in. We're gonna place our white terracotta on the inside. So like that. Then a space for our door, we'll carry on the orange going inside. And obviously you can leave that open if you want to. Personally, I'd rather just lock mine off. So I know I'm literally looking at that. So we have a closet space. We've got all of this done. Coming through, all done. So yeah, straight on to the toilet and the rumpus room. So 1, 2, and 3. Starting from the edge here, let's just build up this middle wall so you know where I am. So building it up. Oops. This Xbox controller is kind of crazy. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and this time 1, 2, 3. Leaving out the side there. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 left. Now, last time I had this as a 3 wide window, and personally I would prefer it. But as it stands, we're now at a stage where the house is going to be altered. I did say if I built it again, it would change. And obviously, we still got to remember that this garage roof has to stop halfway through so that we know exactly where we're going with that one. So anyway, concentrating back on this this part here. So we're going to build this up the 2 higher. So like that. And then we can drag this one across. And then in our normal fashion, we're going to go ahead and grab our... Is that the right word? Yeah. So they must be spruce. Spruce? Spruce, spruce. We can go ahead and build this up quickly. No need for windows there. And we'll be looking for... Let's have a looky. We want our spruce wood planks. And then our spruce wood slab. Oh man, this controller is difficult. And what else would we like? I think we should grab some iron bar. We won't need much of it. We can keep the trapdoor there. We will need some purple wool for reals. We will also need to go into grab some bookshelves. We also need... We do need an item frame, but for now I'm more thinking of the main parts. So we've got a trapdoor, we've got a bookshelf. Of course we need some windows as well. Where are you, windows? But it'll turn out it's up here. I hate searching through the whole lot only to find... Yeah, I thought so. And we're just going to use our light grey... Use our light grey windows. Chuck that there. I think we still got enough room for... Let's just grab some orange wool as well. And some green wool as well there. And we make do with what we got. So we're going to use straight across. Coming one out from the edge of each. And going all the way up. 1, 2. Back to our slab. And run it all the way across the top. Forgetting that piece. Then we want our iron pane. Our grey glass planes. Wow, they really do not want to go where they're supposed to. There we go. So we've got our last window in at the back. If we head on over and inside, we now want to grab our bookshelf and run it all the way across the bottom. And then over to our purple wall. 1, 2, 3. Now, I think the 3 looks a little bit much, but we're having to sort of compromise to get the whole room to fit. Obviously, the room has turned out a bit of a different shape, but It's all part of just trying to make it all fit and really include all the rooms while trying to simplify my last build as well. So afterwards we should have this look, and obviously we're going to put some trapdoors on the bottom as well. So your room should be, not including the edges on the outside, it should be 10 wide. So you've got 3 for the blocks here, then you've got 4 for the window in the middle, and then another 3 on the outside, trying to keep it all symmetrical. So that's that part done. We then want to step in. I'm just going to put it here. It's not really important, but we do need to include another chair over here. So I've done it like this. Then to put our last one in, we'll put our green in right there. For now, I'm just going to use a spruce slab, but obviously it's up to you guys what you use. So we end up like that. And then just to finish this room off, we now need grab some birch slab and some birch block actually, instead of using stairs. So chuck that on there. We're also going to need a block of quartz and also item frame and some little wooden buttons. This is how I done it for myself anyway. So I'm going to try and line up with the orange TV, the orange sofa. God, I am lost tonight, fair play. So one there, one there. Realistically, I should put it up against the wall, but I don't want the metal fence to blend into the wall, so I've decided to just come one forward. Let me just jump up, there we go. So we're going to put a block of quartz on top of our little makeshift bench. Then our iron bars on top, the item frame in the middle, and a switch on each side. Now before the update, knock that out and put another item frame inside. It looks a bit more like a picture. Before the update, the pole never used to just sit there like a pole. It used to still have the look of like a stool. So obviously we've lost that look of an aerial, but it works. It does the job. Let's go back down to our terracotta so that we can start layering up our walls here, because that is now another room done. So we should now be on the level pegging. We've done our garage floor and all the rest of the floors going through. So we should have something like this now. When I go up, so if we just go into the garage in a second, and we're going to finish off our garage wall, where the basement will run underneath. Obviously we don't have a basement, but that's fine. So we can just layer up this part in the middle. Let me check on the width of what I've just done for my Switch version. I've got to make sure my screen doesn't turn off, otherwise it locks you out. Because I think I went a bit bigger. And obviously if you want to include the basement, you're going to have to do the same. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I went an extra one out. And bearing in mind, if you're on the inside, you're going to have to take this one away as well, because you're going to want all of this as wood, and if it's not wood, you're going to want it to show the wall. So we could basically carry this on all the way around. This will be coming up to the level of the roof, so we won't go too much higher. In fact, we'll just take it up to the same height as the wall that's on the outside at the moment. So we've now got this. Let's see, what can I use here? So first off, I'm going to grab some slab. Oh. And I'm just going to grab some normal oak slab because it goes well with a fence. So we just want some oak fence as well. And then we're going to need our crafting table, which is going to be the next one down. Oh my god, how'd they end up all the way over there? So we're going to grab a crafting table and a furnace just to mix it up a little. Now across the bottom, we're going to run... Oh, don't know what happened there. So we're going to run the crafting table there, and then we're going to miss one. Why does it keep doing that? Why does it think I'm touching the screen? Stop it. Right, there we go. And then right in the middle, we're just going to place the furnace. Right, that's getting annoying. Right, so we're going to place the furnace like that. Then we're going to come around. We're going to place a fence there and a fence there. And then we're just going to place our slab across the top. Make it look like we've got a bit of a workbench. And then running towards this wall, we're going to have a shelf across there. I mean, it doesn't have to be this long, it's obviously totally up to you. So we end up with a couple of shelves just on the inside, but it still looks like we've got enough room for the car. So lovely jubbly, that's that one now done. So where does that leave us now? We're all at the 5. We know we need to be at this level for our floor. So I think the best option is now... Wait. We still need some covers on top of our units. I use just carpet personally. And bearing in mind, if you go into some of the packs, you will find, if you use like a plastic texture pack or something like that, it will look so much better. So I'm going to use the light blue. My phone hates me. So we're going to use the light blue. We keep the purple because we like to do our windowsills with the purple. So it just kind of gives it the look, apart from our sink. So it just gives it the look that it is actually a working mat. It just looks a bit better when you look over the cross. It looks a bit more like it's got the units there. Oh, we somehow seem to have forgotten the toilet door. Exactly the same with these ones. We're just going to put 3 in and then take the balls up to the same. In fact, I may as well do that now. So we've done that, and am I using the light grey? I think I must be using the light grey for doors. So we could build this up. Come over to the light grey, so we've got 1, 2, leaving the 1 in the middle. So we could put our door in. And we take our doors up 5 high. And these ones seem to be 4, but we're going to take them up to 5 as well. Because we really want everything in this house to really tie up well. We want it all to just sort of match. Let's build this side up. Because I want to know that we finished the first floor. So that when we move on to the second, we no longer need to look at the bottom floor. It's totally done with. There's no reason for anyone to say, oh, you know, you didn't do this, or you've forgotten this. Because hopefully once we're out of here, we are done. We never have to look back. The fireplace definitely needs some work, but we'll sort that in a bit. If I'm correct, we should be able to just run all the way across. Where the front door is, we don't need the gaps because we put the frame around it. Although actually we might add the frame afterwards, thinking about it on the inside. But for now it just keeps the plan moving. So we are already there. We know we're going to be up to this level, so it gives us our one above the door as such. Now for our garage, or garage, this is where the problem lays for me at the moment. I can't work out how far we need to be. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I say 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, I'm hoping we can get away with that'll be our wall. So that like the garage has a lower roof, but at the same time, this part will need to be the bathroom. But when we look at our level, now I'm pretty sure this is right now. When we take the level across, we should be able to work out that our floor of our second floor should be at this height. So our bathroom is going to be at this height. Our garage roof already needs to be, it needs to be sort of dropping beforehand. So if I pull this one across for now, try not to follow for a minute, guys. I'm just literally trying to work out my placement for this roof. So our roof is going to start here. This is the awkward part. But our floor is going to start here. So by the time we work out that our roof is already edging over, so if I tap that one away, and that one. So if we say the roof starts there, we're trying to limit as much as possible. If we have to, we could shave the next one off and we'll go up in halves. But you see where the complication is, it's why I'm trying to do it step by step anyway. So anyway, we've already at that point now. We are at the point where we can now say this is our level. So the best thing we can do is now start pulling it forward. So that is now our level for our second floor. Now bearing in mind our bays on, miss this one here. Because we're going to use this one as our stepping stone. But bearing in mind where I've come across, we'll come to that now anyway. So for now, so we've got our front windows, and then we've got 1, 2, and on the third block higher, that is now our floor for the second floor. So if I just get pulling this forward a minute. Oh, that's too far. Stepping 1 in. We're going to make sure that we now know exactly where we are. So I can start layering this. And I'm hoping that when you look at it now, you should already be able to see the house really coming together. I wish I had left this off actually, because I would have loved to have taken a picture as the full open plan of the bottom floor. So there we go. We're starting to hit that point now where we know we're not going to struggle anymore. Do we want to do the same as we've done on the inside, where we shave the top ones away and the frame will sort of cut into it? For now, I'm not too sure, if I'm completely honest. So we're just going to carry on working until we can work out what's going to happen there. We know our door is going to be coming into this one. So we already know we're going to be building to about here. Now how high is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's go ahead and chuck it in. 1 and 2. So we've now got this look. And when our floor comes across the top, oh, because I'm hoping this can end up being the wall coming into Marge and Homer's room. Obviously, some of it is not going to go quite according to plan the way I want it to just yet, because I really don't have a full clue. But right now what I do know is that this is our basis. So literally we've gone across from our second room. We've now filled the roof in. We're now going to step in. 1, 2. Let's step in from looking at our very corner post of our dining room. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And on that 6, we're going to look there, and I'm going to place the wall right there for now. Let me just have a look at my other plans, just to be sure of how I'm thinking of doing it here. Because I've now actually moved further than what my plans are. So I literally built up a few. I was at just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, including the very front one. So from this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then there's our floor right there for our bathroom. So then we can start filling this in. And obviously we can go underneath and start filling that in afterwards. Just to make sure all the walls start meeting up to the second floor. But right now we know our first floor is complete. We're now just preparing to do the very same as what we've done over the last couple of videos, but on the second floor. So I'm going to try and do it open plan again. We'll start from the inside out. It is going to take time, purely because working from the inside on a building that's half built already, it is going to take time. It should be fine though. I'm going to knock this one away for now. The ceiling should be... We should have our roof in here pretty soonish. But the problem I'm going to have is I'm going to need to fill this in anyway on this one. Because otherwise we're going to be looking at a step on the outside. So that one's got to be done right to there. Now, I'm not sure if that's going to put a bit of a spanner in our plan. But for now, it should do. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can cover this one across. So we got our garage door that's now 4 high, and then our terracotta running across. My issue is now is when I do this, do I start the roof from the outside or the inside? Because I can always start here for the stairs on the inside. So I think what I'll probably do, run this one down a bit further, like that. Do the same on this side. So we now get the idea. We're going to start our roof from that level, working inwards. And I'm just really praying that it works for us. And obviously if it doesn't, all it means is that the house is just going to look a little bit more different than I intended at first. So as we look around, we already know this is our level now. So we can run this one all the way across, and we can take it up a next level. Oop. Damn it. Let this go. There you go. All done. So it gives us 2 full blocks to work on. No, it gives us 3 blocks to work on for our base. I'm guessing we won't go above the 2 because we really don't want to. We are going to have to curl this door around a little, but we'll sort out the frame and everything else for that very shortly. That will come after. And for this, we just want to pull this ever so closely back to the front room. We can always extend it and make it bigger once we've done it, but we're just pulling it to this front wall. And now we know all of this is now the way we want it. So we could just build up this wall here and take that one a little bit higher as well. So we're just starting to really put a finish on our first floor. This controller is so much quicker, but every now and then it's so sensitive, it just really does mess you up. So there we go. We got our second floor right there. And it's going to be the same all the way around. The only part we're missing out is that very center part for the front door. And obviously be careful to fill in your walls as we're going up to this level now. So basically anything behind you can build to this level now. As long as it's not around them front steps. So if you were to come over to here, you'll build this out, knowing that this is your second floor. Obviously, as you go further and further along, you will realize that the outside is still the outside wall, you know, that this part is still going to have the wall on top. My mouth is so watery. Bing dong. So there we go. Literally, I'm gonna take, I think I'm gonna carry on from the next video now, because there's not a lot I can do apart from fill in all these gaps now, until I work out the second floor. But it brings our first floor to an end. We can celebrate that much at least. Then it will be next on to Homer and Marge's room, and Bart and Lisa's, you know, so on and so on. My main issue right now is this bathroom and this roof. Like, we could start the roof now. So if, let's see, what do we want to use? Spruce. Wait, do I want to use spruce or do I want to use the darker one? Tough. So I've gone with spruce anyway. So, how the hell did you two just happen to change your mind? Okay, we've got indecisive stairs. You two drama queens on the side there. My issue is I really don't want to just stick with the stairs. I'm wondering whether I need to like limit it that bit and turn it to slabs. I hate using slabs. Makes everything so much harder, but sometimes if it looks that much better, it's totally worth it. But for now, we're just going to stick like this. How high is that going to make that roof? Pretty high. So if we was to carry on, let's just have a look here. So let's just say 1 and 2, and we would carry on from here. Still leaves a gap of 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I'm gonna have to go slab. It's gonna have to be slab. As much as I really didn't want to do it, it's just really got to be done. It's the only way to really make sure that we don't go too high, because we really need some windows at about this height for the bathroom. Maybe a bit higher, but it still stands that we need that room, otherwise it's going to look that little bit dodgy from the outside, or you have to start thinking about losing them. So let's go ahead, grab that slab. Our spruce slab. And we're just going to layer it all the way across like that. Coming across to the second block. Remembering that underneath, you're always going to have to, on this second layer, put an extra block in, if that makes sense. So this one goes in, this one on the other hand, you have to put the bottom one in and the top one in. Otherwise you're going to have to have a gap underneath, if that makes sense. So like there, if you was to put the block in, it would still have a gap. Not that side. Right. You get what I'm saying. I'm sure you do. Right under there. For some reason it won't let me place it. Like that. So you're gonna have to have that block. It's annoying, but we're trying to keep the size nice and relatively down. So straight away, I'm wondering if the bathroom's gonna be too small again. No, that's about perfect, I would have thought. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Plus we still got this space here. Yeah, that'll be lovely. Lovely. So we're gonna bring out this one. La 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 la. Bosh. I suppose I could have left that other one. One underneath. One on top. That is so odd, it won't let you place on top even though it's the same block. And do the same over this side. And let's see. Oh my. No, you didn't. And looking at it, the center one will be the full block. So yeah, not too bad. I think I've kept it even. And we will go back and build one extra outwards on all of it just to make it pop out from the house. But for now, we're just going to leave it like that. Ba, 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 ba. In fact, our side's already done. So we manage to just add the extras now. So apart from the stair, we just need to add the stair on top, at the sides, and that will start coming together as well. We could always use the slab at the side, but personally I would stick to the stair, or turn the stair upside down, so it's still a slab, but it just edges it in that little bit closer. Let's have a look. So we end up with that instead. So it's still continuously flowing with it, but at the same time when you come to the bottom, bam, it's nicely edged in. So yeah, I think we're going to stick like that. So running it upside down. So it's going to be really strange how different this house is going to turn out compared to the other one. Not a lot I can really do about it. It's all part of it. You can never build the same thing twice. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to leave that center one there for our window. Don't forget that we are going to have them little gaps that we need to fill in. So right there we're going to need a slab. So one there. It is a pain, but it is literally the only way to keep it going without damaging the actual build itself. So like that. Do we want the window in the bottom or the top? I think we'll chuck it in here and we'll stick with our grey paint. And voila. So you get the idea of what's going to be happening here. And like I say, we're just going to... wow, that looks weird. That was dodgy. I thought like I was missing like whole rows of wood. I was thinking like, what? I only just done that. Yeah, so basically all your job is to do now is to fill the rest of this in to the edge of your house. So basically when we come back to the next video, it is all now about the second floor. Obviously filling in your gaps around the house, taking them all up, making sure all of our doors are 5 high, which is much better than what we done on the last one. We had some doors that were like 5, some doors that were 3. Basically like now we have these rules of building basically. We know if we stick to 5, we know we need roughly a a wall of 8 normally. Sometimes it doesn't work out, but by sticking to the rules we can kind of we tend to build a lot more houses. Say like we build a house next door, it would look silly if we had a door of 3 and a house next door with a door of 5. It would look like a giant's living next door to a fairy, and that's just craziness. So there we go, we're just putting our finishing touches in between the walls. So now for you guys it should be a case of you can now walk around your bottom floor knowing that it's done. The only part I haven't done is this part. I'm not sure if there should be an arch here just to sort of flow in the same as these, or I just can't quite work it out. If I was to arch it, where would it be? Mind you, see, I'm not going to arch it because we've got 4 squares here, not 3. So it's kind of basically decided for us. And how high does that take us up compared to the actual house? Compared to the house. So if the door is 5, we are up on 7. And there's our 8th, starting our first wall of the 2nd floor. And would we want to put any? Yeah, so that is basically, that's good. It's going to be bigger than my last one, but smaller in the fact that we're not like double shelling it. You know, we haven't gone in and tried making too much of a hassle out of it. And obviously this one needs to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then coming across, guys, I am sorry about the darkness. One main reason I am glad that we've done it this way. So yeah, I think that's what we've done for today. Remembering for you guys to fill in all these little gaps in between the walls. I think you probably would have already done it. Mine are only like it because I've sort of been doing it, bouncing off to the next video and forgetting all about it. Voila. Well, I didn't particularly want to make you stay and watch, but I think we're basically done. We've got our garage done. We've got the bottom floor done. We do need to add a door and some frames. Not big issues because the cosmetic side of things will come together once the drive is out there, and it will pull it all together once the bays are done. But right now, I'm happy. I'm really surprised. I really thought we were going to have problems with this, and considering I've altered my own plans, it really has worked out pretty well. Although there's still a 2nd floor to put in, but this time we won't have the problems of arching ceilings, because we're obviously going to take in for the fact that every door on this floor now will be 5 high as well. So we already know, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If that's the height of the door, we already know that we're going to have a 6. And that's at the minimal, and then a 7th, because that will be the ceiling for this floor. So yeah, it's definitely not going to be a small house this time. It's I think it's going to come together really well, actually. It's taken time. That was my biggest worry. Like last time when I done the videos, I didn't have the best equipment to do it with. I tried making it as quick as possible as well, thinking that people would find it much better if I made it quicker. Not realizing actually that people just wanted, people weren't so bothered about the time. They were more bothered about getting it completely right, the same as me. So now we've put the extra time in, we should hopefully all have very nice Simpsons houses. This one can run all the way across. I'd love to see someone put some redstone in this house. Because it's so, literally, it's so big. I can only imagine that it would look absolutely amazing to have lights working, doors working. Well, doors, not so bothered. It wouldn't really, I don't think the Simpsons really had doors like that. But yeah, that is our starting point. That is our finishing point for this video. But we should all now be on the same sort of level. We finished off this floor. And we're literally getting ready now to just map out our second floor. Shouldn't take too long. I mean, it's going to take a little while. The big problem here is going to be the roof. I'm not sure if people want an attic. Like I say, with the basement, I can build like a separate plan next to it. So you guys can follow and put it in place in the house. But for me, I can't put a basement on this version, unfortunately. Because you can't alter the amount of layers that stick out. So when it comes to the roof, it's going to be a case of I'll tell you how to do it. Because we've already done the garage roof now. It'll just be now a case of just getting it done. Yeah, we can go ahead and put that there, and we use that as like our wall partition sort of thing. Let's go ahead and have a look at this. So if we just do it like that for now. So if I just run on the inside and then step in like so. Is it good enough? Yeah, it's fine. So yeah, we've got our bays done now as well. I mean, if we find that we want to do it a little bit different with stairs to add height to the bays, personally, I'm happy they're staying low. Because it's always difficult with builds like this to try and keep them low. Last time I had 4 at the front and 2 at the side, so it was more of a case of trying to add height. This time, I think we've done pretty well at keeping it all going in. I think for the frame of the door, we'll probably use a stair to sort of curl it round but not block it, if that makes sense, like we've done inside. I will have a look at the bays. I mean, I will probably play around, and if I come up with anything better, then yeah, fair enough, I'll make it better. But right now, looking at it like this, I actually think it looks better, and the roof on the garage looks fine. And considering this is mobile version, much better. So anyway, guys, I'm going to go get myself a drink, have myself a break, and leave this with you guys, and hopefully you're as happy as I am with it before we get started on our second floor. If I've forgotten anything, please feel free to ask and let me know. But apart from that, I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching, guys.